All. In this video, we can check the types of questions for blueprsim 8001 exam. So before reading this, you will have a basic understanding about the blueprsim. So first type of questions comes from Object Studio and Process Studio. We can expect a lot of questions from Object Studio and Process Studio. So what are the main differences between Object Studio and Process Studio? What is Process Studio used for? What is Object Studio used for? What are the main advantages of business objects, and what are the different stages available in Object Studio, and what are the different stages available in Process Studio, and what are the different stages available only in Object Studio, and what are the different stage available only in Process Studio. This type of questions we can expect. And the second type of questions comes from the filters or and tags in a queue. So we can filter the items in a queue with the different types of tags. So you have to be get a good understanding about we can filter, and you have to get a good understanding about wildcards. So it is also used in the filters. And third one is debugging steps. We can expect a sure question from this, like what are the different steps, what are the basic idea in step in, what is the difference between step in, step out, and step over. And fourth one, we can expect a lot of questions from application modeler. So how you have to get a good understanding about how to spy elements, what are the main things that you have to notice for the attribute selection, and what are the difference in running process from the control room and running process in the production. What are the difference when we run the process from in a debug mode, and you have to be a thorough knowledge in the selection of trees, how we can select an window, like that. And fifth one is navigate stage. This is a very important stage in the Object Studio. So using navigate stage, what are the different options that we can use, like launch an application, terminate an application, using send keys, global send keys, activating key, like this. You have to get a good understanding about all the types of options available in navigate stage. And sixth one is a decision stage. So different kinds of processes or data flow will be given, and based upon that you have to choose which is the correct path, which is the wrong path, depending on the decisions. And you can seventh type of questions we can expect string functions, date functions, and as I mentioned earlier in the decision stage, path taken by process. So a diagram will be given, and different types of string functions will be given, and you have to choose where the process, which path the process will take, such type of questions. And eighth type of questions we can expect session variables and env variables. So you have to get a good idea about session variables and env variables, how session variables is used, how env variables is used, how we can create env variable and session variables. Ninth type of questions we can expect from the date and time. So there is a lot of functions for the date and time, and you can expect a sure question from this date and time. Tenth one is very important one, that is exception handling. So again, a flow diagram will be given. You have to select the correct path, and what are the importance of recover and resume stage in the exception handling, and is exception handling can be done in a main page. Such type of questions you can expect. And another one is like 11th one is types of exceptions. What are the different types of exceptions, how it can be categorized, like system exception, business exception, what are the criteria between these two. 12th one is preserved exception, and we can also add the logging here, logging. So preserved exception, what are the preserved exception, how it is selected, and how we can enable or disable the log of the process. 13th one is the exclusive run mode. So I will show this exclusive run mode in the blueprsim. So exclusive run mode is available in the blueprsim object studio here. So here there is three types of run modes available: foreground, background, and exclusive. Get a good idea about this one. And 14th one is shapes of stages. Yeah, you have to get a good idea about different stages, like shapes of stages, pointer, link, block. There will not be any confusion like between these two, but from the object studio there may be confusion between read and write, such type of stages. So get a good understanding about the different shapes of the stages. And 15th one is also very important, wait stage. So where we can use wait stage, after what stages we can provide wait stages, what is the criteria for giving wait stages, like if there is a change in the screen, definitely we have to provide a wait stage, or it is always good to provide a wait stage after read stage, or like a navigate stage if there is a change in the uh, screen. 16 one is correct use of retries. So they will provide a diagram, and they will ask you some questions how. So 16th one is correct use of retries. So they will provide a diagram, and sometimes they will provide the retry stages. Sometimes they will not provide the retry stages. So you have to identify what is the wrong with the diagram. And 17th one is number of loops. So they will provide uh, some diagrams, and they will ask how much times the loop will occur from the collection or something like that. And 18th one, system manager, you can expect one question from system manager, how we are creating queue, how we are setting credentials, system credentials, some questions from that area. 90th one, we can say how we can send global send keys, and how we can focus the screen using in the application modular, such type of questions. And 20th one, you can expect there is a lot of documents available for the blueprissm, like STT and FTD and the initial process documents, such type of documents. So you have to get a thorough knowledge about different types of documents. And 21 is like control room icons. So while we are running the process, there will be different icons in the control room for the completed items, pending items, exception items. So you have to get a good understanding about the different icons in the control room.